This episode is presented by the one and only Four Loco. They are now introducing the Jungle Juice flavor of Four Loco. We have it right here. I love this can. I can't stress how much I love the can. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design, and I love designs. Gets it going, and it goes perfectly with the taste of it. Right here, 13.9% alcohol, Four Loco Jungle Juice, out now. If you want to be the king of the jungle, this is their wildest flavor yet. You got to dive in and enjoy some of this, as I'm going to do right now. Maybe spilled a little bit, but it's still damn good, and that's how good Four Loco is. Because you're partying all night long. Who cares if you spill a teeny tiny bit? It does not matter. If you've had Loco, you know it is the king of parties. You're gonna have the wildest night of your life doing Four Loco, having Four Loco, and drinking some Four Loco. So if you want to find your own Four Loco, go to fourloco.com to find where you can get some Four Loco Jungle Juice right here near you, or go to their Instagram at Four Loco. So once again, it's spelled out though, Fourloko, Fourloko on Instagram. fourloco.com. Find some Four Locos near you. Can't stress enough. This is the best drink on the market. This Jungle Juice just gets me going. It is fantastic. Jungle Juice, have a great time. Enjoy the episode. Thank you, Four Loco. Okay, people, we got another episode of OnlyStans today. Interesting one. We have, this is our first New York studio interview in quite some time. We have Lea McSweeney here.
Hi.
How are you? Very, I guess, off-kilter guest.
Am I?
I would say you're a person that I think has made a name for herself, not in the OnlyFans world.
Yeah.
We don't have too many of those. Every now and then
okay,
we get one. We
yes.
got Dre DiMatteo a few weeks ago. We've had Paige Van Zandt.
Wait.
Yes.
Speaking of Drea, I brought a present for you.
Okay.
Because I canceled on you and I never do that and I felt horrible.
You canceled on me. You canceled me 24 hours ago. It's not a big deal.
I know.
You were gonna come yesterday.
I know, but I'm a thoughtful person. Okay.
Okay.
So I brought you this.
Wow. Oh my god. This is a framed photo of you and Drea in some lingerie?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so nice of you.
Where is it gonna go? In here?
Probably in my basement.
In your
Probably in my basement. Put it on a fireplace mantle.
It cannot go in the basement.
It's going in my basement.
I will not allow
That's my chill zone.
I will not allow
Where do you want me to put it?
Oh, look, I left a little tag. I don't know. Leave it in here.
Oh, maybe we could leave it in here as like a set design
leave it
piece.
In here.
Yeah,
exactly.
we'll leave it in here.
It's supposed to be
this
a prop.
Is lovely.
You know?
This is like a Victorian picture frame.
Yes.
I love it. Is that an authentic ass tattoo of yours?
That is.
Cool. It's just an outlined heart. No filling in, just an outlined heart. Yeah. That's lovely. You guys look great.
Thank you.
It's some honey birdette. Unbelievable. Wait, this is a great gift. We've gotten a few gifts. We've gotten a Dukes of Hazzard DVD on the show.
Okay.
I've gotten an Entourage basketball jersey and shoes. This is right up there with some of my favorites.
Yeah, okay.
So thank you so much. And any future guests, please bring me gifts because I like them. I'm going to put it right here. How about that?
Love that. Better than the basement.
Thank you so much. It'll stay right there for the rest of time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're off to a good start. So, Leah, I'm going to start this question with every question. This interview with every question I ask every guest when I begin. I think it's a nice thing to ask somebody when you first meet them. What do you look intimidated?
I'm not.
Just where are you from?
Oh, okay. I grew up a few blocks away from here.
Oh, you're a city gal?
I'm a city girl. I grew up on 24th and 8th Street until I was 14. What? Then moved to Connecticut for high school and then moved back to the city.
That's so Blair Waldorf of you.
I did, and I went to a school like that.
Yeah, that's very Gossip Girl.
It was based off of the Gossip Girl was based off the school I went to.
Really? That's
not a flex, by the way. That's just to basically say that I'm damaged from it. Big time.
How was that?
It was horrible.
Good? Yeah. Any good stories from high school?
Well, I mean, I got expelled in 8th grade.
Ooh, badass, huh?
You know what? I actually wasn't that bad. I think that they just, we were a family that like lived downtown. My parents were like working class and we had like some scholarship help for me to go to that school. And the whole class was behaving badly, but like, they're like, okay, you don't have like, you're not a famous last name kind of blue blood person and we're kicking you out.
It's all politics.
Exactly.
Was it like a rich all girls school?
Yeah. Sacred Heart. Yeah.
Near the college?
I didn't go to college.
Wait, Sacred Heart where?
91st and 5th.
So you went to side. So you didn't go to Connecticut, you were going to school here?
Yes, until high school. Then I went to Connecticut.
And it's in Connecticut?
Yes.
Is it all girls?
No, that I just went to a regular public high school, which was...
Because I was going to say, there's an all girls high school in Long Island right by me. I don't know if you're mixing up Long Island and Connecticut.
I'm not. I lived in Connecticut.
Okay, I was just saying. I don't know. Maybe you city people don't realize. Maybe you took the LARR instead of Metro North. I don't know. I'm just making sure. I figured Sacred Heart, the way you were talking, it was like an all-girls private Catholic school.
No, it is, but there's so many of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like a franchise. Name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an easy name to make a school. If I ever make a school, I'll probably just name it Sacred Heart.
Why not?
Seems convenient.
There's already a million of them.
Yes, exactly. Well, hey, so then after that, after your high school, you come back to New York.
I came back to New York. I went to FIT for a month.
Classic.
Then I started selling pot.
Oh, you're a weed dealer. How'd
It
that go?
was good. And I started interning at magazines and working for stylists and kind of got my education from like working, I feel like.
It's very Devil Wears Prada of you.
It is, right? It was
Mhm.
like, yeah, it was like not so, it was more like streetwear, like fashion magazines, not like high fashion, but I took that like Park Avenue vibe that I learned from Sacred Heart and like mixed it, that high low thing that was kind of,
Did you ever have some Miranda Priestley-esque bosses that were mean?
oh my God. I had this one stylist that I worked
Yeah, let's hear
for
about it.
who was such a fucking cunt to me. Okay. Like we were styling what's her
Mariska
name?
Hargitay?
No, Marsha Gay Harden,
Okay.
she was lovely, by the way. She was wonderful.
Lovely.
Her husband was the photographer. They loved me, probably because I was like a cool city kid. The stylist was some like fucking bitch who hated that these people liked me. And after we were done with the shoot, which was at the Soho Grand, Marsha and her husband were like, "Oh, why don't we all finished up? Let's go down for a drink at the bar." And the stylist was like, "No, you have to steam everything else. Why would I steam 100 things when we're done with the
When you're
photo
done,
shoot?"
the photos are over.
Then she complained about me to the agency. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm never doing this again. I'm going to start my own brand because I cannot fuck with these dumb bitches.
Can't fuck with the dumb bitches.
No.
What brand did you make?
I started a brand called Married to the Mob.
Why was the name Married to the Mob?
So I, at the time, was like just shopping and brunching and living like a mob wife lifestyle. And I would joke because I wasn't a mob wife. And I'd just be like, I'm acting like I'm married to the mob. Who am I? So I was like, I'm going to start a brand. I'll just call it Married to the Mob. And somehow the trademark it was like available
Mhm.
to own it.
As all the girls are saying right now on TikTok, you're in your mob wife era
I know. I've been in the mob wife era.
for
And like,
20
look at me. And
years.
now I'm really in it with Drea.
Yeah, now you're really in the mob wife
Look at
era with
that.
Trey here. It's beautiful. What a beautiful photo. How'd you guys decide on the lingerie for this picture?
How did we decide on it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
How'd you go? You'd go black, she'd go red. What was the
I think we
choice?
were just feeling it out,
Mm-hmm. You bring
switching it
some
up.
options?
Yeah, we brought, oh my God, so many options. And it's all OnlyFans,
So I was gonna say, speaking
obviously.
of OnlyFans, this is an OnlyFans show, so you clearly did a little bit of a risque photo shoot with Dre here. How'd that go? Was that your first like risque thing you did? Fill us in.
Okay, so the OnlyFans thing now, I have always been very sex positive. I've always been very, like, even with Married to the Mob, the photo shoots were provocative. I've always been all about like women owning their sexuality. I think that women should be able to do what they want with their bodies and not really have to deal with the government or the law, whatever. Those are my views. And I feel like OnlyFans is a serious feminist venture and a amazing place for women who are entrepreneurs.
Small business
It's
owners.
amazing. And some of these women are making freaking $40 million a year. That's not small business. And it's like at
Hey,
the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. So OnlyFans is a wonderful place. I'm very happy with
people
it.
forget that OnlyFans. Yeah, you're technically a business.
Absolutely.
You're not the businessman. You're the
I'm the
business
business
man.
man.
Damn. Support small businesses. Subscribe to some OnlyFans out there if you're watching this. It's great. It's good for everybody. Everybody wins. You get horny. They get money. It's a real good win for everybody.
It's a win-win
So
for sure.
how'd you get into that? Into the
So
whole world.
okay, it is its own world, and I've always been interested in it. My only regret is that I didn't get on sooner. Really,
Obviously, that's what
because that
everyone's
shit was
is.
popping during the pandemic. So my friend Brandy Glanville, she's also
I know
amazing.
that name.
Okay, subscribe to her page too.
Oh, she's got one too.
She's got one, and she's the one who told me, Leah, you need to get on OnlyFans, girl. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I never even thought of that. Because, like, you have to understand, I was always making female streetwear, and then I was like, kind of always like my like sexiness or my sexuality. I felt like I was like always like I was never really dressing or thinking about the male gaze, even though of course I love men, I love dick and all that. But it was always like very like female, female, female. And I still think it's like I'm saying it's a female empowerment thing, but I'm like, whoa, this is a different kind of platform that I'm used to. So I have to like feel it out. And she told me about it. She kind of like showed me how it works. I'd never even been on it. I'd never even like looked at it. And I'm like, this is like actually fucking incredible. You can put whatever you want up there. And also, if I'm putting all of these photos of me that look sexy on Instagram for free, why the fuck aren't I doing this on OnlyFans?
That's what I say all the time to people that don't want to make one.
Also,
Oh,
I'm anti-censorship, which I love. But think about everything that gets censored on Instagram. It's fucking disgusting. The algorithm makes you want to like just off yourself, you know? They're like showing you all the negative comments, showing you all this bullshit, and they're stealing your fucking data. Like
totally.
so fucking OnlyFans for life.
So anti-censorship on that.
Anti-censorship.
Okay. So what do you post on your OnlyFans?
What am I posting?
Yeah, well, if I subscribe to Lea McSweeney, what am I going to see?
um You're gonna see videos, you're gonna see hot photos, you're gonna see pictures of me and Drea. Sometimes I do my little selfies in the gym. Sometimes things are a little more glam. Sometimes they're a little more just me in bed. And it's just like a good place to, you know, communicate with the fans.
Just to pop off, you know?
Just to pop off a
Just
little.
to pop off a little bit. You ever see yourself doing like more OnlyFans content, if you know what I'm saying?
Like showing my asshole or something?
Not, I'm not requesting that. I'm just saying people do that.
I don't like, you know, I'm not judging anyone who does do that, but I haven't. But who knows? I mean, you know, you never know, right? Never say
Yeah.
never.
I want on record. That's not a request of mine.
Okay, that's on record.
I was just saying.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
on record. I have to ask this to every guest. My favorite question to ask. I think everybody gets these. I don't know if you have one off the top of your head. What would you say is the most odd subscriber request you've had since you started OnlyFans?
Oh, oh God, I've gotten a lot of weird ones.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess feet ones aren't that
Yeah, that's a
weird, you
classic.
know.
People love
I think like someone wanted me to like eat like a bowl of cereal naked.
I could get behind that.
Yeah. It's not like
Cereal's good.
it could be worse.
A
Like that's
nice
not
bowl of
that
Cap'n Crunch.
right.
Some whole
Cocoa
milk.
Puffs, you
Some
know.
boobs. There could be worse things in the world.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
I didn't do it though.
Do you remember how much he was offering for the cereal?
Not off the top of my head.
Over under $500, you know.
Probably around 500.
$500 is pretty good.
No, it is good.
Pretty good.
Not
Do you
bad.
eat a bowl of cereal?
Yeah,
What would your
maybe I
cereal
need
of choice has been?
Probably granola. I'm not gonna lie,
Granola?
but that's what I have in my house.
What about like Frosted Flakes?
I like Frosted Flakes.
You're making $500 of the deal. You might as well get to enjoy with Tony the Tiger. And at least have him there. He's great company, I'm sure. That's interesting though. I like that. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah.
Naked cereal. That could be your thing.
Naked cereal. It could be my thing.
That could be
like
your
the
thing.
milk like spilling. You know,
Yeah.
have to do a little of that.
Gotta do a little bit.
You have to do a little milk
You're a
spilling
showman.
down. You know,
You're a showman.
exactly.
Okay, interesting. So I have a few more questions about just wait, we got some sirens going by.
Yeah, we do. We always.
This is why
do.
we hate
This
recording
is why
in New York City.
This is why I want to go to Boca Raton.
This is why I'm moving Florida. There's not a lot of sirens down in Florida. So like, how's your life now? You single? You dating? What's your deal, Leah?
I'm like seeing someone,
Ooh.
but yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I see someone
Every now and then.
every now and then. Yeah.
And let's say you were seeing someone. How would one go about? Like, what's Leah looking for? How would one go about tracking Leah down?
What am I looking for?
Yeah,
I really
like DM you, find you
Oh,
at
yeah,
a
you can
store. Like what's
yeah,
what's
like
the thing?
yeah. I thought you meant what am I interested in, but like, there's no way to really get. Yeah, you'd have to DM me or leave a comment. I don't really accept DMs actually, so you'd have to leave a comment on my Instagram and be like, I DM'd you. But I've also
Oh,
gotten
you want people to do that? That's the worst.
I've gotten catfished.
Really.
But I got catfished by this guy. It's not really catfish. It's like this way younger guy who was like 22, who's actually like so fucking hot and so embarrassing. He lied about so much. He DM'd me and said he was like this like Irish kid from Boston who like grew up like with no money and his dad was addicted to opioids, and then he moved to New York with his rich uncle and then went to one of these elite schools, you know, that I went to. So I felt this like kindred like thing with him, and he told me he had a 9-inch dick and that he skis in Aspen and has a house in Sagaponack and da 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 da. And then I FaceTimed him because I'm like, I need to see if he's real. I'm getting catfish. This is crazy. But he was kind of like hiding, and he was like said that he was in the basement fixing the AC, and I was like, that's weird. And then I finally like I was in the Hamptons hanging out with friends, and somehow I was talking about him. I'm like, so and so, like I want to meet him. He's out here. And I'm becoming like a little obsessed with him because, you know, I just fantasize.
Yeah, of course. You
9-inch dick, and he's on a
You
motorcycle.
have Jeremy
and
Renner from the town with a 9-inch dick that then got rich and is skiing in Aspen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
sounds great.
You know, and probably damaged from like a horrible like childhood. Like I love that. So My friend was on Facebook when I was in the Hamptons, and he was like, "Oh my God, my friend is friends with him." And then I started Googling him, researching him, and I found that he's actually just some fucking rich ass kid from New York who is way younger than he said he was. And his parents are not dead. He lives with his parents in a fucking townhouse on the Upper East Side. I'm like, you lied about your parents being dead, you weirdo.
Lied about parents being dead. The whole Boston
The whole
coming up
Boston
story.
opioid epidemic thing. Like,
Oh, man.
dude, that is crazy. It's so fucked up.
So you meet up with him?
Never met up with him.
That's so nice.
And then he blocked me.
That's so nice. Oh my God. That's your catfish story.
And that's my catfish story. So I'm a little hesitant to like meet the guys on
the social medias.
the social medias.
Yeah, I gotta stay away from
I
that.
like in person.
Gotta meet in person, you know.
Gotta meet-
Organic.
Organic.
Like the old
exactly.
days.
Yeah.
So I was speaking of social media. I was going through your TikTok earlier.
I haven't been on there in so long.
Came through an interesting TikTok you posted
Oh yeah, what was
recently.
that?
It was just like about like partying in the '90s in New York and
Oh my
LA.
God, yeah, that was a good
What
one.
would you say your biggest differences between partying in the '90s and now? Like what just I'm as someone that was
Oh my
born in the
God.
'90s, I
Yeah.
enjoy that whole scene of not being there.
Ugh.
I'm very jealous of it. I want to
Yeah.
hear you talk about it.
Oh my God. I have to tell you that my brain is probably suffering and paying for it now.
hmm
But like the 90s in New York City. And look, I was born in 82. I didn't start going to clubs, but I started going to clubs when I was 13. So very young, obviously. And so it was like mid to late 90s was really like my like heyday of going to clubs, which some people would be like, that's when it was kind of over, but like not for me. It was like Limelight, Tunnel, fucking raves that were in museums and fucking roller skating rinks and like doing so many fucking drugs, like fucking acid, K, Molly, angel dust, like all together dancing till fucking 10 a.m., going to Washington Square Park, hanging out the whole fucking day, finally going home and going to sleep for 2 days. I mean, it was like dark though. Like it was like, those photos and people like that TikTok post got a lot of like love and people were like hitting me up and people love like those photos, the nostalgia from that time. But a lot of the people I know from then, like they didn't end up doing too good.
Yeah. Sounds fun though.
So it's important to also be like, not to fully glamorize it because it was a lot of dark moments and I went to rehab 3 different times in high school, but I also did get to live during a very special time and a very special era.
Yeah, I picture that as like the Leonardo DiCaprio era almost of New York City.
Yeah, I was definitely not. He was not at the same. I was like hanging out.
So
with
you're not a
criminals.
socialite. You weren't a
I
socialite.
definitely
as they
was not a
say.
socialite.
Are you a socialite now?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm like an anti-socialite.
I feel like you're a socialite.
Really? No, I'm not accepted by
Aren't
any of that
housewives
stuff.
socialites?
No.
Isn't that their whole thing?
No way.
Is that your whole thing?
Mm-mm.
Stop.
No, that's funny. It's actually like I feel like the women on the show, it's kind of like actually we're frowned upon by the socialites. Even though the socialites
Interesting.
probably are watching the shows, but of course I know some socialites and things like that, but I'll never be if you're to be a socialite, you have to be born into that kind of wealth and like really it's like a different kind of pedigree that I'm happy I'm not a part of it. Have you watched Swans, the feud, the Truman Capote thing? Like those are the
No.
real deal socialites. And those women, it might seem glamorous. It's not. It's a whole that's a
I always
job.
picture Real Housewife. I thought you guys were all socialites.
Well, I'm the anti and even during my
My
cast.
apologies.
No, that's totally fine. During my casting tape with them, I was like, I'm an anti-socialite because I was like railing against it from going to Sacred Heart because I was going to school with like the
Yeah.
Kennedys and the fucking, I had to be like, I had to rail against it because there's no way I could be in it.
Fucking Sacred Heart.
Fucking Sacred Heart, man.
So I was told your tagline is sex positive, BS negative.
Yeah, that was my tagline on
What's
the show.
that? Fill me in.
That is, well, also like on the show, the women, even though they were definitely like a lot of them were very horny women they were older than me, but like they would always like yell at me for like talking about sex. Like I'd be like, only real men eat ass. They'd be like, Leah! But they like, they were definitely getting it on.
Isn't that the thing? Like,
Just
I
being
feel like
open
the older
about it.
you get, the hornier you get, probably, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. My orgasms are definitely better now in my 40s than when I was younger.
Ooh, then like 20s?
Oh my God, yeah. I didn't even know how to really make myself come when I was in my 20s. I mean, I did, but not like now it's like, no, if I'm having sex with you, like I am coming. Like
And you're doing it.
I'm coming. I'm going to have you help me, but I'm doing it. I can only have an orgasm while I'm using a vibrator.
Yeah, what do the fellows need to do? What do we got to do? Help us out.
There needs to be a toy involved.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I need a toy involved, which I can't have a guy that feels insecure about that. But it's like, not every woman can just have an orgasm from penetration only.
Yeah, I think guys are worried about that. That's comforting to hear.
Most women can't.
Yeah.
I don't really
So
know
you're saying you got
any.
to bring a toy. What kind of toy are we talking about? What's the
Like
process
a
here?
like a good size, like maybe this size vibrator that's
Hmm.
very strong, so you can use it. And I like to be on top mostly because then I can really just do my own thing.
Oh, so he's just there.
He's just there.
He's just there. He's just there.
I'm
He's
kind of
just
just.
background noise.
I mean, listen, I'm 41. I have a 17-year-old. I have my own. I take care of myself. I don't really need like I'm not trying to have another kid, So it's like I really just am looking for a guy that can like I can get off with and he's sweet and can keep me company. I can like watch a movie with. I'm not
Mhm.
like trying to like get married or anything.
No, that sounds like a great scenario.
Yeah.
And then you just got to be okay with the vibrator, obviously.
Yeah.
That big, not be
I need a
scared of
pretty
that.
big dick.
Which one is it, Obama?
I need both. I'm like a
So
little
you
bit of
need big dick
I'm a
and
little bit of a
vibrator.
size queen. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the whole thing we got to break down then. 1 second you're saying you need the vibrator. 1 second you're saying you don't need the vibrator. So if you
No, I
have
do need the vibrator. I also need
so you need a vibrator, need a large dick. If you have the big dick but not the vibrator, can you still get off? Vice
no,
versa.
no.
So the big dick's just
That's just for my ego.
That's just for your ego. It sounds like, and the vibrator is for actual business.
Yeah, and I like I date all kind like I don't care if like a guy has money or not. Like I'm like whatever. Like I really care about like the person's like if they're funny, if they have good energy, good vibe,
Big dick.
big
For the
dick
ego.
for my ego.
For the
Yeah.
ego.
My sister always told me like cuz she was like, "Leah, you're never going to settle down with a guy with an average size dick. Like you specifically need a guy with like a fucking 9-inch dick." I'm like, "I know. It's just I don't know."
How'd your sister know that?
Because she knows me so well.
How did she know that?
Because she knows me better than anyone else, and she
It's
gets
that
me.
sisterly bond, I
She
guess.
gets
I'm
me.
an only child. I want to know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've always wondered if it's only child or only child. It's both.
Yeah.
Sad.
Hmm.
Nah, it's cool. I don't mind that at all, but an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
So
My daughter's an only child. I think she likes
really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you get spoiled a little bit.
She's so spoiled. She like cannot share attention with anyone else,
Yeah, it's great. I don't mind it. But then again, I do think every now and then this is kind of dark.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. It's dark.
What's dark?
What happens in like 30, 40 years when your
Mm.
parents are gone
I know. Who do
and
you
it's
have?
Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Where do you go on
Oh my God,
Thanksgiving?
now I'm thinking about now I have to have another baby for my
Where do you go on
daughter.
Thanksgiving?
Well, you're gonna have your own, and my daughter will have. You'll have a family, of course.
Maybe.
Yes.
What if not?
Knock someone up?
What if not?
You will.
I may have to knock somebody up solely to not have
A lonely
solo
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgivings. But then again, what if I knock somebody up that I don't like, and then we have to? I'd
know.
rather have a solo Thanksgiving than be with somebody I don't like.
I know. Thank God I got knocked up by someone I like.
Yeah,
He's
thank
great.
God.
Thank
Hey,
God.
Congrats on that.
Oh my God, he's amazing. His girlfriend is wonderful.
Great.
Oh my God, it's
But
so
yeah,
good.
I've always thought about that with the holidays.
No, you're gonna be good.
I don't know.
You have so many friends. You have so many OnlyFans women who love you.
I know. If worst comes to worst, if any of you guys out there want to marry me, I just don't want to do Christmas alone. I just can't do solo Christmas. I'm an only child. It would just be sad. So moving on to other things.
Yes.
Outside of that sad turn we just took.
Mm,
So you're sober.
I am. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's good.
How long you been sober for?
So I quit drinking when I was 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like doing drugs and all that. My daughter was 2 years old. Then like I stayed sober for like 5 years, but then I started like smoking weed a little. Then it was like I started microdosing, and then it's like
California sober.
I was like doing that kind of thing, but it didn't really feel good. And then I started drinking again. I drank for a year. And now I haven't drank in almost 4 years, but like no substances at all, like nothing for 2.
Okay, well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So I was told that you're a big advocate for like the sober sex versus the drunk sex thing.
Yeah, well,
I'd like to have your take on this. What's your
I
take
know.
on this?
No, I love my publicist. She's so great. No, I mean,
Yeah, she
listen,
did send me some nice talking points.
she's
I don't always
amazing.
get nice talking points from
She's
publicists.
wonderful. She's wonderful. No, I mean, if people want to have sex drunk, like, go ahead. I mean, I'm just, that's up to people should do whatever they want to do as long as they don't aren't hurting anyone. But I am an advisor and like creative lead on this new sober dating app called
Okay.
Club Pillar. And it's not just for like it's for people who are sober curious. Sober, you don't have to like be in recovery. Like I'm an alcoholic, I'm in recovery.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that. You could be someone who just maybe like has a couple drinks once a month, or like so much we were talking about before. So much of dating is like what bar should we meet at? What, blah 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 should we meet at? It's like I'm telling you, I have had the best sex sober versus drunk. And when I finally did it, first of all, I didn't even know that you were supposed to look in people's eyes when you were having sex.
You're supposed to do that?
See? Do you do that?
No.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
He's sober.
I'm sober though.
Are you?
Yeah, I just don't drink. I still smoke weed, but
Okay.
I haven't drank in like a year and a half.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So cool. You should go on Club Pillar
I'll definitely
if you
download
are
it.
single.
I am.
Now I feel like
Okay.
a scumbag in the room.
No, but I stopped. Listen, I had not my first like sober boyfriend who I met in AA, who was insane. And then I became addicted to sex, obviously. With him only. I was
How'd that go?
Well, it kept me sober for the first couple years, so that was good.
Hey, can I ask you a question that I'll probably cut because I don't know if this is like a sensitive subject
Sure.
or not? So you said you were addicted to sex.
Yeah.
What makes somebody addicted to sex? I've always wondered that.
Okay, so I mean, listen, I wasn't like in like a program for being addicted to sex, and there's all different levels to it, but I felt like I was more like addicted to this relationship and sex with him, and even though we were so bad for each other, I kept
Mhm.
going back anyway. Kind of like with alcohol or drugs, like it's so bad or like you're having a bad
The old toxic
experience,
relationship,
but you
as they
can't
say in the
stop.
biz.
That's like an addiction.
Mhm.
So that's how I see it. I've had threesomes sober. I was in a thruple
You
sober.
did a sober threesome? How does one do a sober threesome? Fill me in.
Just
How does it even get arranged though?
I just actually it just
Yeah, so
okay.
fill me,
So
how does that
one
happen?
one happened so out of nowhere. Like it was like my friend was sleeping over, and then this guy came over that I was kind of hooking up with, and then me and him started hooking up, but she was there, and then like it just happened.
How did this just happen? I picture
It
threesomes
just
happening.
did.
I picture threesomes happening. Some guy's at a bar with his girlfriend. They're having a few
No.
drinks, and then a girl comes up, maybe hits on him, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we bring this girl back." How does a sober threesome?
Yeah,
happen?
I was just at my house. My friend was visiting from LA and she was sleeping over. My like fuck buddy guy at the time came over and me and him started hooking up. And then because we weren't like boyfriend girlfriend, so it's not like I felt like weird about.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And then I was in a throuple for like a summer.
How'd that go?
Well, I was more into the girl. We became friends, and she was like, "I really like you, but like I have a boyfriend, so you need to like be a part of this." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
So where'd you two meet? Take me through the whole thing of the throuple.
Where did me and her meet? She was a photographer. She was on OnlyFans. I'm not gonna say.
Okay, so she was an
who,
OnlyFans photographer.
But this was years ago before OnlyFans existed. But how did I meet her? I think I met her because someone introduced me to her. Maybe she photographed something for my brand, and we just really vibed.
Mhm.
And then she started doing some like naked, cute photos of me, and then we just
Ooh, just popped off
clicked.
a little bit.
Yeah, we just
And then she
clicked.
says, "Oh, hey,
She's like,
I'm with this dude."
Like, yeah, I live with my boyfriend. It's a thing. Like, but then we started all hanging, and they really wanted me to like be the throuple thing, but I was just like, this is sex, guys. I'm not trying to like go to dinner, and I mean, we would hang
You
out
didn't
like
do
that.
dinners?
No, we
If
did,
you're
of
in the
course.
throuple, you gotta have a
No,
dinner.
we did. Of course, we went to dinners. Please, they came up to my parents' house and hung out with my whole family.
Oh, really?
But I don't think my parents knew that.
Oh, you didn't say, "Hey."
I wasn't like, hey, this is my like
good old fashioned love triangle
Yeah, it
here, mom
wasn't-
and dad.
Yeah, they didn't know that. They just thought that like they were coming up for some fresh air to hang out, And yeah, it just, that's how that happens.
So when you're in the throuple, you go doing threesomes like every night.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Sounds pretty rock and roll.
It's tiring though. Vagina was hurting.
Every night.
Just a lot of sex.
What? It's threesomes.
Yeah,
every night.
and also that was such a different. I mean, probably shouldn't even say. I'm not even that. I'm not as like. I still want to explore and stuff, but I think it's better to do it with like a partner, So I'm open sexually, but I'm also like I don't think about it that much.
So you're hereby retired from threesomes?
I'm not retired from these threesomes yet. Definitely not.
Maybe you got one more in me.
I think I've got a few more actually.
Okay, a few more. You think you're gonna look out for that in your
I think
normal
like
dating
my
life
next,
nowadays?
I think like my next like boyfriend, maybe we'll like go to a strip club. I love strippers.
Same.
Ugh, I love them.
Strippers are an interesting thing. So yeah, fill me in. If you want to make a pitch to a stripper right now, please do.
DM me, hotties, if you're into girls.
So you're saying you love strippers. What do you have any good experiences at strip clubs? What's your favorite thing about a strip
Oh my
club?
god, I actually have a crazy story. But it
Please.
happened when I was like
21.
21.
Yes,
Yeah.
21.
I was it was my first strip club I ever went to. It was in Newburgh, New York.
Okay.
And I was with my boyfriend and some friends. And it was very, I just remember there was the stage, and then there was like a shower with a plexiglass, and the girls were
very
like
movie.
foaming. Yeah, these girls were like foaming themselves up and, washing themselves, and it was really hot. And these girls pulled me up on stage, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
stripped.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I always say that's one of the dreams. I always say on the
It
show
was
it's one
a
of the
lot
dreams.
of, yeah, it was great. And then the guy like on the mic was like, check her tits out. Those are great, or
Check
whatever.
out Leah's tits
And
over there.
yeah, it was fun, and people were throwing money, and like the girls were so nice, and like we just had fun.
Did they let you keep the cash?
Yes.
How much you make? You remember?
I don't know.
$100 maybe.
Maybe a few $100.
Yeah, that's what I've said that many times on the show. Going to a strip club with the normal girl and then her potentially stripping. That's a fantasy.
Yeah, well, that happened.
That's a big time fantasy.
That happened.
Yeah, that's out of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. You did the thruple. You're doing your sober sex. You're doing your strip club fantasies.
I've had a lot of interesting experiences.
Your publicist also told me you wrote an erotic story during COVID.
I did.
Fill me in on that. Give me a quick spark notes on your horny COVID story.
No, so I wrote an erotic. I can't believe I forgot that I did this. How
Well,
did
you
she even
did.
pull this out? So I wrote an erotic story. I think it was for Pornhub, maybe.
YouPorn.
YouPorn.
I read the article
Thank
today.
you. Okay, yeah. And I'm gonna have to reread that. But I wrote, I love to write, and I wanted to take a little, try at some erotic writing. And I wrote about oh my God, this is when I was dating this guy. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
give
now
us the spark notes,
now
Leah.
I remember that this guy that I met. Oh, I met him. He was this older, like Mr. Big type of guy.
I just watched Sex and the City for the first time.
No way.
Finished it 2 days ago.
The show?
Yeah.
You watched the whole series?
Whole
I did it with
series.
my daughter. She just
Finished
watched
it 2 days ago.
Was it
Unbelievable.
Isn't it a great show?
What a fantastic television show.
Oh my God, so funny. No political correctness bullshit. Like it
No,
was just,
they were
they were
pretty,
like kind
yeah.
of right. You couldn't even write a show
No,
like that
they were
now.
they were pretty aggressive during it. I very much enjoyed it. I was actually thinking before when you I was saying this is very Samantha Jones-esque so far. This is a very Samantha Jones-esque interview. I'm loving it very much.
I love
But no, I
that.
literally just finished it. I was a huge fan. I loved it. What would
so
you say is your
happy that you like
favorite character?
Wait, no, I want to know what your favorite character is.
So we could go back to the question about the erotic novel in a
okay,
second.
we will.
We're talking,
but we need to talk.
the
about
girls are
Sex and
talking Sex in the City
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
But a few people told me this, that I think by the end you will appreciate Miranda's character the most. And I think by the end, Miranda was my favorite character.
Interesting.
I hated Miranda at the beginning. Now I like
Of course.
Miranda. I love Carrie.
Okay,
I liked
that's controversial.
Really?
I fucking hate her.
You don't like Carrie?
No.
Why?
She is a shitty friend. She's judgmental. She just won't stop with this toxic thing with Big. Like, I can't.
Is she a shitty friend?
Yeah, the way she treats Samantha, she slut shames her constantly.
Let me tell you, the only part of the show that I really, looking back on it, really, really, really got fucking pissed at Carrie was when she was having the affair with Big when she was with Aiden.
Is Aiden the guy with the long hair? Is like a carpenter?
Yeah,
or something?
Aiden was a saint.
the man.
That's why,
Like,
though. We don't want saints.
I get it if it was one time, maybe you have one slip up with Big at the hotel, but then once they revealed that she kept doing it,
Yeah, she was in love with Big. She likes that toxic dick.
unbelievable. Fucking Big, man.
Yeah,
I like that they wound up together, though. I just watched the movie last night.
I don't.
I mean, he's dead now. Rest in peace.
Yeah, but it's all. Yeah, rest in peace. I did cry during that part, but it's like, that's not realistic. You're not going to get with the guy you broke up with 20 times that fucked you over. That it's just not like you're never ending up with that dude.
So you're anti-Carrie.
I am.
She should have fucking just married Aiden. I
She
loved
should've.
Aiden.
I know. My mom loved Aiden.
I
too.
loved Aiden.
Yeah.
The fact that there's even a
But
conversation.
he just made me so like the way he wanted her to quit smoking. I didn't
Yeah.
like that. And then like
People-
he's just we have something about him.
You know who I fucking hated? That dude Burger.
Me too.
That guy stunk.
I hate Burger.
And that fucking Russian when he hit Carrie, I hated that.
Oh, I know.
Disgrace.
Horrible. Total disgrace.
But I'm trying to think of what else I enjoyed. I mean, I hate Charlotte.
Oh, I like Charlotte.
She was too goody two shoes for me.
She's such a
little
goody
too
two
goody
shoes. I know, but I do
But
like
I did
her.
love when she finally got Harry. I love Harry. You ever watch Californication?
No.
The actor Evan Chandler plays the exact same character in Californication.
Oh, that's so
basically.
cool.
He's awesome. So I knew him for Californication. I was like, holy shit, he's just playing the same person.
Okay, so I converted to Judaism. So when
Oh,
Charlotte
you were like Charlotte.
So when Charlotte's doing her whole conversion, like when me and my daughter were watching it, I'm like, that's what I did because my daughter's Catholic. So I'm like, oh, that's what I did, and that's what I did, and like, look, she's going in the mikvah, and like,
Mhm.
it's cool.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
also
good.
love Mario Cantone. He was great.
Yeah, he's great. Even though I did meet him in like
Ooh.
2001, and I was like, "Can I get a photo with you?" And he was like, "No, honey."
No, sweetheart.
But I'm like, "Okay, I get it.
Damn.
Like, you can be a mean queen. It's fine."
Maybe that's like in character though. He is a mean. His character is a
Exactly.
mean
But
queen.
and you know what's so sad is Stanford.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And he's a straight man playing that game, and he did an amazing
He
job.
was straight?
Straight.
He was in Fever Pitch he was in one of my favorite movies, Fever Pitch. I don't know who was straight though. He did great.
I think
he played
I
a
hope
great
I'm
gay
getting it
man.
right. I think he was straight. He played an amazing gay man.
And
Ugh.
Cynthia Nixon is gay in real life. She played a great
Right.
straight
Well, she
woman.
was married to a man though, and now
Oh,
she's
okay.
with
Well,
the woman.
either way, she was
She did.
great.
She
I
played.
love Miranda. I think Miranda is my favorite character towards the
Oh
end.
my God,
And
that's
Steve.
funny.
Oh, I love Steve.
Steve.
Oh, this is just Sex and the City show
Oh,
now.
he's so salt of the earth.
He's what a guy.
Oh, what a great
Let me
guy.
tell you, the one time I had to look down at the show though, this made me so sad, was when I literally looked down, I couldn't watch the awkward conversation. Was when Samantha was with Miranda was with the Knicks team doctor, and they met up. They saw Steve and his girlfriend at the park, and he was saying he works for the Knicks, and the girl was freaking out like, "Oh my God, Steve works for the Knicks." I was like, "Oh, this is the most awkward random."
I know.
The hairs on my arm were standing up thinking about that scene.
Poor Steve.
I literally looked down. I said, "This is poor Steve."
I know, but he won. He got Miranda, even with that tampon in his nose
Yeah,
from the doctor.
damn. Love Steve.
Love him.
King. I call him King Steve.
King Steve.
Like, let me
is.
tell you, you know when you get hyped up in TV scenes, maybe Game of Thrones, when like Jon Snow wins a battle.
Right.
That's how I felt that one scene.
I'm so glad that you loved Sex and the City.
That's how I felt that one scene when
Which one?
Miranda and Carrie are walking down the street,
And
and
they
Steve and
see
Aiden are
them-
having
or
beers with two
yeah.
chicks. I was like, "Fuck you guys!" I was so hyped up. I was so excited. They have two beers. Like, "Oh, you guys are drinking fast." And nope, two queens just came. Steve and Aiden
Payback.
got some two queens.
Yep.
Love that. That was the highlight of the show for me. I love Steve and Aiden. All right, that's enough Sex and the City talk.
All right, that was a good.
I enjoyed that.
That was good.
It was just girl talk.
Yeah.
That was a girl talk segment. So back to your erotic novel. How'd you do that?
Oh yeah.
Your erotic short
This
story.
guy, my Mr. Big, who I only like kissed him actually because I went to his house and he was like on like gummies and acting so dumb and it was such a turn off. Like it was such a turn off to see him like high and like acting dumb and I just like get turned off by like whatever little thing. If like one thing can just boom, it's a wrap, you know? But while it was good and I was like so turned on, I wrote the erotic story.
What was it about? Do you remember? Like,
Yeah,
can you give
it
us
was
the-
about a
Give us a
girl-
15-second spark note.
It was about I mean this is I don't fully remember actually, but it was about a girl who had sold an app and she was, you know, she's a very dominant kind of chick and really wanted to be dominated. And so she gets into like S&M, I think.
Wow, it's very 2024 of you.
Yeah. I think maybe I'm trying to manifest things.
Trying to just find an app developer, huh?
I'm trying to now I'm part of an app, so hey, now I need to get dominated.
Are you into that? You into the BDSM
No, I'm not.
world?
I'm actually
No?
not.
So
I
is there
don't
any
do
odd?
of
Is there any
that.
odd thing you're into that you would consider odd?
Mm.
What do we got? I could tell that laugh. What do we got?
It's not that weird. I mean, so like in the past with boyfriends and stuff, I like hearing about their sexual escapades. Like it turns me on. Like
So hearing
while we're
they're
like
banging another chick, you want to hear about it?
no, not like during the same, but like their past
Yeah,
like one night stands or craziest sex stuff. or,
in the
like,
midst of the act.
sometimes
So it's like, oh my god, one time this girl was blowing
like
me. I
while
was
we're
having a
having
threesome.
sex
Oh my,
sometimes, yeah.
a whole rundown. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes just when we're laying in bed, you
Okay.
know.
I could see that. Not
I
being
call
that
it story
crazy.
time.
It's almost like story cucking. It's like a cuck
It's-
story time.
Is that cucking though? Is
But
that
you want to hear about him with someone else.
Oh, I guess it's like
It's
the
effectively cuck storytelling.
Ugh, I hate that word though.
Well, you're a cuck storyteller.
No.
You're a cuck story
We need a
here.
different name for women though, because that's like a man thing, the cuck thing.
No, I mean, I guess women could maybe be cuck too. I don't know. I don't think it's gender.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's gender oriented cucking.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, I don't think so. I think you're a story cuck.
Oh my god, I'm a story cuck.
Congrats
I
on being a
didn't
story
know
cuck. That's a new
that.
thing. I didn't even know that existed, but we just made it up. You're a story cuck.
I'm the story cuck. I am. I love it.
That's all right. Thank you for my gift.
Don't
I
put that in the
appreciate it.
basement.
No, I think I'm gonna put it on my desk here,
That would be much better.
and then whenever I have a guest in here, I'll put it in here and put it on the wall. Because I do have a desk here. I think this would be lovely on my
It
desk.
would be amazing on your desk.
So I'll put it right there next to my bag of Chick-fil-A sauces.
Yes.
And my bag of Chick-fil-A sauces and my other guest one time got me a Dukes of Hazzard DVD, so I'll put that right next to this.
Perfect.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And yes, Lea McSweeney, lovely interview.
Thanks
This
for
was a
having
joy.
me.
Oh, my pleasure. and catch you on the OnlyFans interwebs.
Yes.